Hey guys, God puts rhymes in my head all the time, and so when I was reading up in 1 Samuel 16 and 17 to get ready for some upcoming messages about the life of David, the stories there are just so rich. Like God anointing young David, plus David and Goliath and the showdown there, that God just couldn't help but just keep putting rhymes into my brain about these awesome stories. And I'll put it to a beat soon enough, but just thought I would share the words from the man, the myth, the legend, King David. It's all three rounds are called Run to You. And this first round of 3 rounds is just play by play, 1 Samuel 16. So if you want to read that and then listen, that's awesome. But either way, it's just play by play, 1 Samuel 16. Round 1 is just called The Man. I hope you enjoy it. See, Israel was a nation who had God as their ruler, but they started looking around for anyone else. Anyone? Bueller? They wanted to give allegiance to a human king. Like all the other nations did, see, it had this certain ring. And even though he knew it was not for the best, God heard their appeal and he answered their request. He told Samuel, Saul, he's the one you'll like the most. He's tall, dark, and handsome. See, he already the boss. So Saul was crowned king and he did good enough, but God was looking for better to lead the peeps that he loved. So after Saul disobeyed God one time too often, God said, enough, can't mess this up. It's way too important. So even while Saul is still wearing the crown, God was looking for someone who'd lay something like this down. I love you, Lord, I'm gonna run to you. No stopping me, I'm gonna run to you. Your heart is my heart, I'm gonna run to you. There ain't no stop, gonna run to you. Well, Samuel was in the dumps because his boy Saul had gone astray, but God said, Samuel, oil up, gonna be an anointing today. I'm sending you to Jesse's home down in the land of Judah. Pack a sacrifice and I'll show you what you're gonna do there. Samuel strolled on into town and said, hey, Bethlehem village. The peeps got scared and said, what you talking about, Willis? Samuel said, chill, I come in peace to sacrifice with y'all. Come on, let's rededicate ourselves to God and to his call. Jesse and his sons were invited, and sure enough, they showed up. A whole mess of them, and Samuel's like, oh, giddy up. He saw the oldest boy, Eliab, and this is what he thought. Surely he's the one, because as the girls say, he hot. But the Lord popped Samuel back on upside the head, said, don't look at his looks, his height, or how well bred. I don't look for the things that people are always looking for. They look at the outward appearance, but I'm looking for more. I'm looking for heart, and I'm looking on the inside. I want a heart after my heart. Maybe something like, I love you, Lord, I'm gonna run to you. There ain't no stop, gonna run to you. So the rest of Jesse's boys passed by Sammy one by one, but the Lord said, Sammy, it ain't these, and Sammy, you ain't done. So he asked Jesse straight up, these all the sons you got? Jesse said the youngest is out tending sheep, but I thought, surely not. Samuel said, bro, send for him. We won't sit till he arrives. So Jesse called young David, and young D got there quick and spry. He may have been the youngest, but he was healthy and he was fine. Then the Lord said, Samuel, it's time for you to rise. Anoint him. He's the one indeed. His heart is young, but it runs after mine, and that is all I need. So Samuel took the oil and anointed this young pup. And from that day on, God's Spirit came and filled young David up. Even though David was a boy, he was anointed by God's hand. And Samuel knew he heard God say, David, you the man. Because even if he's a young man after God's own heart. And that is all that's needed for God to do his own part. Well, Samuel, he took off and Saul's still king. So what is the plan? How would God's anointed one get in with the royal fam? Well, Saul, he started illing. So his homies put out the ads for a rocker to soothe his nerves with the smooth sounds of jazz. Word came back to Saul that a young David was the guy. Like Manilow, he wrote the songs that make the young girls cry. So Saul asked Jesse to see if David could come on out and play. And when he did, he rocked that gig and the management asked him to stay. So the youngest son came the anointed one in the royal pad. Not by his might, but by his heart, his gifts, and by God's hand. See, God's not always looking for the strongest and the highest. God's not always looking around for the best and the brightest. Sometimes he looks for the weak because at least they need his strength. At times he favors the underdog because at least they need his lift. Sometimes he looks for the young because their heart is young enough to be the first to run and say, Daddy, I need your love. I love you, Lord. I'm gonna run to you. Ain't no stopping me. I'm gonna run to you. Your heart is my heart. I'm gonna run to you. There ain't no stop. Gonna run to you. Well, there's still 2 more rounds coming soon, and the next 2 are David and Goliath, some of the best stories in the entire Bible, and it was a total blast to just kind of rhyme that up. But in the meantime, man, I tell you what, just learn from David. Keep on running after the heart of God. See ya.